All right, fellas, another gym review. Not sure what number this is. Last video I said it was volume 8. I think that was a little horse crap. But here we are at Big Poppa's Fitness Gym in Lafayette, Louisiana. Let's start with the outdoor facility. Hell yeah. I mean, this is hardcore. This is hardcore. Look at this. You hear the rain? That's tranquility. A juicy pump with some juicy weather. I mean, this is what I'm talking about right here. Hardcore Body Masters calf raise loaded with the hundreds. Yep. If you can't do 200 on the calf raise right off the gate, GTFO. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Look at the amount of rusty bars. Hell yeah. 20,000 rusty bars out here. Take your pick. Take your pick. I love it. All right, let's take a step inside. And the first thing I notice is a freaking collection of DVD menu fellas. I'm talking Gunther, Ronnie, Quincy Taylor, Melvin Ant. I mean, guys, we're talking freaking late 90s, early 2000 bodybuilding DVD, okay? You don't see menus like that anymore. You don't need to. Everything's on YouTube now, fellas. Let me tell you something about bodybuilding DVDs. I remember when I was in college, okay? Me and my roommate would drink a 6-pack of beer and watch Branch Warren DVDs. You know what I mean? Just horse cocking weight. Like, that's just like, that stuff's just at the freaking click of your fingertips. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's not as enjoyable as it used to be. Okay, before you, like, holy crap, I borrowed the freaking Dorian Yates original black and white Blood and Guts VHS. Okay? Had it playing on the freaking VCR, and I remember I was on the phone call, and my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, okay, she said it sounded like I was listening to gay porn, hardcore gay porn, because the freaking VHS was blasting two men grunting and groaning and moaning with all their might as their muscles were getting swole and thick and voluptuous, okay? Okay, now everything's just on freaking YouTube. You know, don't even get me started on it, guys. Let's get to the freaking gym tour here. It's all Body Masters equipment, okay? And the owner talked to me, and he said that's because this is Lafayette, freaking Louisiana, okay? This is the home. Apparently, the Body Masters, like, factory or whatever, headquarters was, like, across the street. So this is, like, the creme de la freaking crap. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, look at some of this stuff, guys. I've never seen some of this equipment. Like, what the hell is this thing? Like, what is this? Like a cable preacher curl? You know what I mean? Like, it's just wild. And then this other stuff, it's just like, yeah, I mean, cookie cutter exercises, leg curls, leg extensions, you know, pec decks, pec flies, a freaking pec deck. Let's rewind for a second here. Tell me the freaking next clip is the pec. Okay, this is a freaking welded, like, shoulder saver bar, like, you know what I mean? Like a smaller range of motion to protect the pec tendon and the shoulder. Okay, then you're looking up here and you just see just a swole, voluptuous backside. And of course, I'm talking about lats and traps. I ain't talking about glutes, okay? So, like, listen, you're getting a pump. You're seeing freaking, you know, bodybuilding DVDs and VHSs playing. You know, that's what it's all about. And it can also mention there's not a soul in this gym, fellas. It's not like I have a tour here. It's that this is how soft society is now. You think anyone's working out at Big Poppa's freaking Fitness? No, they're going to Planet Fitness. They're going to Crunch. I mean, look at this Body Masters shrug. You want to talk about freaking heavy duty? This is the most heavy duty shrug I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Now, again, let's freaking rewind. Okay. What I'm saying, there's so much equipment here. Like, this is the type of gym where, you know, you're going to take the time. You're on the road. You're going to take the freaking time. Where the hell am I, by the way? Okay, there we are. You're going to take the time. You're going to do freaking 7 different types of preacher curls because they're all available, and you're going to find the one that feels just right for you. So, you know, that's what I'm doing here. Don't ask me why I'm documenting this, but I just figured, I think, you know, I documented this just for my own knowledge because I think that this freaking preacher curl, this thing is money, fellas. I've used a lot of preacher curls at the gyms, and they just feel like instant tendonitis. Feel horrible on your wrists, horrible on your elbows. And there's something about this angle here. You can see it's not as steep as most preacher curls are now. So I think that's why I documented this incredibly, boring, underwhelming set of preacher curls. But I was just messing around with it because this is probably the best preacher curl I felt. Like, listen, I felt no discomfort in my elbows, right? All freaking discomfort in the, the bulbous bicep, which is where you want to feel the burn. You know what I'm talking about? No, this is boring, so let's get to the next clip because I guarantee it's going to be better than this one. Okay, here we go. Yes, this freaking clip, fellas. A pec deck. You don't even see these in gyms anymore. That's why I had to try this out. Get a little flex first. All right, there you go. Check out the freaking cap delts and bulging buys. All right, let's get to it. Come on now, Sticky D. Okay, we're going to get in this sucker. Fellas, I haven't used one of these since my dad bought like a Joe Weider's Universal gym set back in 1996. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm not even kidding. Like back in the 90s, I feel like these pec decks were like the rage. They were everywhere. And then I've gone to some, I go to gyms every week. And I've used some, and they just feel like just instant shoulder impingement. But that Body Masters one, I don't know what it is, but, that thing was freaking money, fellas. So if you can find a good pec deck, and then just across from the pec deck was the freaking pec fly. So I figured, let's superset the fly with the pec deck. So we got the freaking double internal flexion, you know what I'm saying? Where one's kind of incorporating the buys with the straight arms, and the other is just purely the pectoralis, And that's a hell of a pump, fellas. So, again, it's kind of a shame because, like, most gyms don't have a pec deck, I would love to start throwing the pec deck in with some other pressing work where it's just purely isolates the freaking pecs, you know what I'm saying? Because all right, let's move on. This is stupid-ass conversation anyways. Look at all these attachments, okay? This is a hell of a lot of attachments. That's how you know it's a good gym. You got a freaking handle for whatever you're liking. You know what I'm saying? Variety's the spice of life. You got a freaking lot of spices here in the cupboard, fellas. Look at how wide this pull-up handle is. That straight one. You get that Franco Colombo wide grip bat-winged pull-up. A couple of bros here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it's... Fellas, look at this freaking Titanic, This thing looks like a submarine ship. Look at the steel in this freaking machine. This thing you could tell was like manufactured in the 1940s. And we got Big Ron, Big freaking Ronnie Coleman. And then to my surprise, what's on the TV? Ronnie Coleman. We all know this. This is where he gets the freaking 800-pound squat for 2, I believe it was. I can't remember what it was. Damn it, I can't even remember. I'm ashamed. I know the deadlift was for 2. I can't remember what the squat was for. And as I'm trying out this strange curl, I've never used anything like this before. So, just freaking dilly-dallying with this sucker. Okay? Right? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? But it's cool. It's different. You obviously do the rope. You do the supinated handle, right, for a different feel. Just taking the freaking anterior delts totally out of it. Kind of like a preacher curl, but much different angle. And, not too shabby. Okay, moving on. We got this pointless, like, Pilates room. But I figured I just wanted to see if the mirrors were good. They're all right. And then here's where I'm using out this, like, submarine press machine. This thing is freaking heavy duty. I wanted to feel this. Like I said, fellas, when you're on the road, it's chest and arms every time. Because every gym you go to, they got cool, unique, pressing machines. And then you got to always try, like, the preacher curl machines and stuff. Whereas, like, what pulling machines are there that feel, unique and different? Not really. There's, like, T-bar rows and, a pull's a pull. But look at the freaking arms on this press machine. You know what I mean? They, like, crisscross and they, They go every which direction. You can't... Okay, frick. Look at this. This is, like, the best tricep machine I've ever used, guys. I saw this, like, overhead triceps extension. Figured I had to use this. And I didn't do much. I did a couple sets, fellas, because then the owner was, like, talking to me, which is cool. He's a very interesting guy. He was like a foster kid And then he was like homeless. And then he just, opened this gym. And I can't remember the whole life story, but he gave me like a motivational book. Now, I'm not a big reader, but I'll have to check that sucker out. But anyways, my point is, fellas, a couple sets of this and my triceps were so sore the next day. I mean, why the frick don't gyms across the USA have this stuff? Like, why is a standing bench press so hard to find, And why is an overhead Body Masters triceps extension, like, why have I never seen that before, despite going to a new state every single week, a new gym? I've been to hundreds of gyms now, and that's the first time I've seen that machine. What is freaking wrong with us as a society where we can't come together and all say, like, I got one hell of a triceps pump on this sucker. We need to, a call of the masses. Make this a staple in the gyms. Why is that so hard?